Jordan?
Iain.
Who hired a bike for a leisurely cycle around the park, stored it in their garage for safekeeping, forgot all about it, and now owes thousands in late bike fees.
Eminem?
No. Two guys. Hello, and welcome to episode 80 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where we don't have to worry about late bike fees because the only thing that we ride is each other.
Nice.
My name is Iain, and this dirty little bucket is Jordan. Jordan, how are you?
I've been called worse.
I'm glad. I thought that might be a little bit too far. I thought I'll test the waters, see how it goes.
No, when my parents are really on at me,
Is that what they call you, is it?
they're not afraid to go the extra mile.
They really dig down deep and call you some real hurtful names.
Yeah, like you adopted bucket.
Fucking hell, man. Oh, man. That's dark.
I'm good, thanks.
Good, I'm glad.
Despite all the hurtful things. No, I'm good.
So water for ducks back at this point.
Yes, absolutely. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Not too bad at all.
Very good.
I woke up this morning to a little bit of a grim thing, shall we say?
What, that we were recording?
Oh, no. That's always a delightful way to start the day, knowing that I'm going to be talking to my most favourite bucket. No, my son came into my bedroom, woke me up and went, "Dad, I've got poo on my foot."
Oh, no.
So what had happened is my eldest had gone into my youngest's bedroom to just play with him in the morning as they both woke up, and
Decided to fight with shit.
that was the first thought that came through my mind. I was thinking, oh God, where's the nappy? What's happened? But what had happened is my youngest was jumping on my eldest. He wasn't very happy about it, so he used his foot to just try and push him back a bit, accidentally put his foot under his nappy.
Oh, I wondered what you were going to say.
No, under his nappy.
His foot disappeared.
Dad! And accidentally got a little bit of poo on his foot. So I had to
Nice.
spend the morning, rather than getting them ready in a nice, peaceful atmosphere, it was right in the bath, dead quick, wash it all off, get your hands washed, and then, get the youngest changed and all everyone up and ready and stuff. So that was a very fun start to the morning.
Brilliant.
When you just want to wake up nicely and you just kind of want to greet the morning and then wake up in your own time, get out of bed when you're ready, happily and peacefully, and then you get a child running into your bedroom going, "I've got poo on my foot."
Yeah, I don't know the feeling, because today I got up and I thought, I should probably get up now. I had a lovely cup of tea. I took the dog out for a nice walk, came back, did some recording with you. I had no idea what you mean.
You and I are going to have some real strong problems here, Jordan, if you don't. You don't stop rubbing this in.
I think it's more, you've got some strong problems.
Yeah, I've got many problems. One's 5 and one's 3.
It's very strong in the smell as well.
That's the worst part about it. Anyway, me old pal, what have you got coming up for us today?
Well, Iain, I've got a little bit of a special treat for you. Because I figured that, we're on episode 80 now.
We
It's
are.
pretty significant. And
So it better be good.
I'm sort of feeling like I might leave it until we get to it.
Okay.
And just leave the excitement there for you.
Okay.
And I'll reveal all when we get there.
Okie dokie. Very looking forward to the big reveal. I hope it's amazing.
I mean, obviously,
You are on your final warning.
I am, but that's okay.
Yeah, it better be.
It will be.
It better be amazing, not just okay.
It'll be extra amazing.
Fantastic. Well, can't wait to hear that, Jordan, me old pal.
So, what have you got for us today?
Well, Jordan, today I have a delightful trio of freaky deaky forest encounters for you, where people have gone into the woods and seen some weird shit.
Oh, okay.
So, shall we just jump into that right now?
Let's do it.
Let's go then! So, Jordan, the first encounter is from a witness simply known as Tom.
Hi, Tom.
He's not here.
Bye, Tom. Gone already.
So, Tom was an experienced outdoorsman who had spent many years hiking and camping in various forests across the United States. One autumn, he decided to embark on a solo hike through the White Mountain National Forest, an area known for its dense woods and rugged terrain. Tom had set up his camp near a remote section of the forest, far from the main trails, and as the night fell, he sat by his campfire, enjoying the solitude and the sounds of nature. But around midnight, he started hearing unusual noises, low grunts and rustling leaves, that kind of thing. Initially, he thought it might just be a deer or some other kind of forest animal, but it became rather concerning when the sounds began to grow closer and more distinct.
Okay, sounds ominous.
What are you thinking it might be at this very moment in time?
It could be Bigfoot. It could be that little old Tom unfortunately has severe memory loss and didn't realise he'd left all his other campmates and they were just a party looking for him.
Just had severe memory loss and forgot that he didn't actually make the trip out to the forest and he's indeed sat in his living room watching TV.
Yeah, he decided to build a little fort on the floor.
Best way to relax in your own home.
Yeah, it's called the Amnesia Chronicles.
So, feeling uneasy, Tom grabbed his torch and began to scan the perimeter of the campsite. At first, nothing but trees, just as you'd expect, very nice. But as he turned towards a particular thicket, he caught a glimpse of a tall, dark figure standing just beyond the tree line. The figure was slightly obscured by the trees, but Tom could make out that it was stood upright, around 7 foot tall, with long arms and a slightly hunched posture, and it was covered in dark hair all over its body that was dark brown and almost black in places.
Bigfoot.
Sounding that way, innit, Jordan? The creature's eyes reflected the light from Tom's torch, giving them an eerie glow. Whatever it was seemed to be watching him intently, making no aggressive movements, but also not retreating. So for several minutes, Tom and the creature stared at each other, neither making a move. Eventually, and rather luckily, the creature turned and disappeared into the trees, and did so with remarkable speed and silence, leaving Tom stunned and shaken.
Right, sorry to just interrupt you there, but so I'm reading your script as you say this, and where you wrote neither making a move, for whatever reason, I thought you were going to say making love.
Oh. I honestly expected that to be, I'm just reading your notes here, and where you wrote it moved silently, you've wrote it moved sequentially or something like that.
No, you actually wrote it correctly.
I don't fucking hell. Hallelujah.
Maybe my mind was expecting something else.
Maybe I was sober when I wrote this.
You definitely weren't.
So, Tom abandoned his plans to stay another night, quickly packed up his shit and hiked back to his car. He later reported his encounter to local authorities and park rangers, who investigated but found no physical evidence to corroborate his claims. So...
Found it. Sky, huh?
Okay, yeah, it's happened.
I take it all back.
I was patting myself on the back because I did such a good job. And the very next sentence, Sky, huh? Wrist would you do in this situation? Which I am pretty sure I meant to say, weird, huh? Jordan, what would you have done in this situation?
I'd have written it properly and not written Sky Her.
Not my situation, Tom's situation.
Oh, I'd have probably just died.
Oh, okay. Just hit the self-destruct button, keel over.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, I'd have just gone...
I would have employed my famous tactic that I have been spreading around for a while since I first read it on the internet.
Is that getting shit on your foot and waving it around?
No, that's my son's tactic. I don't condone that at all.
Thought maybe you learnt it from you.
This is my tactic that I have been employing to fantastically just get away from any paranormal entity, and that is to freak them out.
Oh, yeah. You going downstairs stark naked.
Yep, precisely. So the best thing to do, wherever you are, you're in the woods, you're in your own home, a Bigfoot's watching you, or an alien comes into your bedroom, whatever, just strip naked and just start furiously masturbating whilst keeping direct eye contact.
Oh, I can't put in what I was going to say.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say... I can't say it. It was great strategy, but just don't do it at the pod.
Okay.
You might have just been passing by.
Pick your moments. Obviously, it's best to do it.
Yes.
When you're alone. If you're in the forest or in your own bedroom. A partner is probably okay, but there are probably some situations where you shouldn't do that. But I find that is the best way to oust any paranormal entity, because they'll just look at you, they'll be like, mate, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna abduct you, or I'm gonna steal your soul, and you just keep fucking whacking it, pal. Just looking at it, getting sweatier and sweatier. It's like, yeah. It'll eventually just start, slow steps backward, and it'll leave you alone.
It would actually be thinking, what a fucking nutcase.
Exactly. That's the complete intention. It just leaves you alone.
Love it.
I think maybe that's what Tom was doing in the forest, and the story did say that it just backed away slowly, so maybe it did catch him mid-wank.
Yeah, who knows?
Nothing better than a forest wank.
I wouldn't know, to be honest. He's only in his living room, though. We've established that.
What, me?
Tom.
Oh, right, of course, sorry. So what did Tom run into? Well, it seems he encountered something called a wood devil, a skinny, Bigfoot-esque creature that has apparently roamed the woodlands of Coos County, New Hampshire, with reports spanning as far back as the 1930s.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So there you go. Freaky deaky story number 1, and it's good. We've established how to get out of these situations. We've established that Bigfoot lives in the forest.
Yeah, and also wood devil sounds like one of those animal quiz questions that I presented to you.
It does. I was kind of thinking it sounds like a Hoover or something.
A Hoover?
Maybe, you know, like some kind of like cleaning product, maybe like polish or something like that. It's like, get rid of that pesky dust with the wood devil. Quad spray's all you need, and then you wipe down your surfaces and stuff like that.
Or maybe it's just the devil when he's really horny.
Yeah, so he comes into your room, you're sat there like, right, I know just what to do in this situation. You grab your dick out, and it's like, yeah, nice one, pal.
I'm the wood devil.
Big party. Oh, God. So I guess that would probably be the one situation it wouldn't work. But always try your luck, you know, you never know.
Worth a try if nothing else.
Absolutely. So, freaky deaky story number 2. A witness on a Reddit hiking thread recounted a creepy encounter of his. It was on an isolated mountain trail where one afternoon he was out on his own. He was enjoying his walk, and although it was daytime, it was dark as the heavily wooded trail barely allowed any sunlight through as darkness fell. He suddenly noticed that time had gotten away from him, and he noticed it was getting late, so he decided to call it a day and turn back, which is where he encountered this. And in his own words, he said, "The sun was already starting to hide behind some of the mountains, and the forest was already getting really dark. So I powered my way up the incline through the forest. The whole way there was not a living soul on the trail beside me. I was already kind of creeped out just being by myself on this trail, so I just listened to music and tried not to pay attention to anything else but the trail. As I was walking, I saw a black mass, about the size of maybe a rabbit or skunk, run across the trail. It definitely wasn't an animal, because it was too fast and there was no defined colour, shape or anything to it. It was just a mass. It freaked me out a little bit, so I started to jog the trail. The whole time, I could see the light dwindling and it was getting darker by the second. As I was jogging, I just had that feeling that something or someone was following me. I knew there was no one behind me because the whole trip back, it was just me on the trail. So I pulled out my pocket knife that I always carried with me in case I had to shank somebody or something.
Wow.
Which is a fucking weird sentence to say.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty open about that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Why would you put that on Reddit? Like, he could have said, you know, that I take out for emergencies. Or I take out in case I need to, I don't know.
For protection.
That's definitely a better way of putting it in it, Jordan. Well done.
Right, in case I need to shank someone.
You're like, right, let me just edit my post 1 second.
Okay, yeah.
So about halfway through the forest, he says, I grew tired from jogging, so I decided to just walk, but keep a fast pace. As I slowed down, I had the urge to look back, and I did take a look over my shoulder a few times. I kept a fast walking pace for about a good half mile or so, and I was close to the trailhead when I decided to look over my shoulder again. When I did, I saw a human-like black mass trailing behind me, about a good 30 or so feet behind. The mass had a defined head and upper body shape, but anything below the waist was just a black mass. As soon as I noticed this mass, in just the blink of an eye, it darted straight into the trees, of course, scaring the hell out of me. I darted for the trailhead. Thankfully, I was closer than expected, and was never so happy to see the sunlight and my car. I haven't gone hiking since that day.
Oh dear, yeah, that seems like a weird experience that you probably don't want on your own.
Oh God, no. Even in a group. You know, give me 100 people, I wouldn't still like to see that.
Yeah, but you'd feel a little bit better about it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, take Bill. Bill not good enough? 98 other people to try. What I'm thinking this creature might have been is something that is just concerned with this hiker's health. You know, it's thinking, mate, you're far too healthy. You shouldn't be in the woods, so it's just scaring him out. Maybe just go and take some time to himself to, I don't know, have a bag of crisps, spend some time on the sofa. That's the only thing I could think of.
I mean, what makes you think that someone being healthy means that they shouldn't be in the woods?
Because, you know, it says, I never hiked again since that day. So, you know, he's putting him off too much exercise.
Oh, I see. This creature is actually part of walkers.
Possibly, yeah. It was, what's that footballer's name? Gary Lineker.
Oh, was it him?
It was, yeah. Good old Linky.
Oh, it could have been David Beckham.
Does he work for Walkers?
I don't know, but I mean, he's done some adverts.
Okay.
Well, actually, saying that, he kind of has, but here's the thing, right? So there's a recent advert, you've probably seen it, and it's obviously football themed, and they're at the stadium. David Beckham has these walkers in his hand, and he's eating the crisps.
Like a good media puppet.
And it's so clearly CGI.
Oh, really?
Like, he's not holding a bag of legit walkers. And it's like, obviously, he's not put in the effort to actually do so many takes as to maybe have, walkers or lays or, however many countries it might be going through. So it's literally just CGI and it looks fucking shit.
So what you're telling me is he's done the advert, but he's like, no, I'm not going to do it unless I eat Monster Munch.
No, I'm just saying that it's like, I'll do it, but I'll do it the once, so you better give me a green screen bag.
It's a bag of discos or nothing.
Oh, what are those, like, alien-shaped ones? I used to like them.
Space Raiders.
Yes, they were nice.
Yeah, he used to terrify me as a kid.
I can imagine so, but that's just your previous abduction that's...
Yeah, that's just the abduction memories coming through.
It is. Oh, what, did they do it too?
So, Jordan, my third and final freaky deaky story. It was October 1995. A witness, who was only known as Tango, was trying to find a campsite with his family and their dog in Arizona's White Mountains. However, as dusk approached, they were still struggling to find somewhere to settle in for the night. So they were driving along an isolated dirt road when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it seemed to grow too dark. Tango's father decided to turn back when all of a sudden, from the trees, a frightened girl in tattered clothes appeared by the side of the track, warning them to leave, shouting, "You shouldn't be here! Please go back!"
That's weird.
Very strange. Despite the attempts to help the little girl, she ran back into the woods, repeating her warning as she went. So shaken, the family carried on and eventually found a campsite, set up their tents, and lit a campfire. But as they settled in, they felt an eerie sensation of being watched. Then, from the surrounding trees, they heard what they described as a primal screech, followed by a creature emerging from the trees, illuminated by the firelight. This is what the witness said. It had sharp teeth and no fur. It was the size of a bear, but its eyes were yellow. I was frozen in fear. It stood for 10 seconds in the light, then galloped off into the forest. I was horrified. My dog was whimpering, and it curled its tail between its legs. It was the most horrifying experience of my life. This creature was extremely skinny. It looked like flesh and bones. The disturbing image of this thing is implanted in my head forever.
That's awful.
I mean, completely dismiss the fact that it's a fucking horrible story, right? I've got a few questions. On the subject of the little girl, was that A, the phenomenon, coming to the witnesses in an attempt to lure them into the woods as easy prey? Or was it B, a genuine warning? And if it was a genuine warning from a little stranded girl in the middle of the woods, why did the family just go, "Oh, that was weird," and then go and set up camp instead of instantly going to tell someone that they've seen a little fucking girl in the woods?
Such a good point, yeah. I actually have no answer for that, because that's not really the thing you would do.
Well, it only raises more questions, because if it was option B of it was a genuine girl, why was there a little girl in the middle of the woods, unchaperoned?
Yeah, exactly.
And why did she dart off instead of waiting for help? And what the hell was she warning the family about? Like, was it the creature? Because how would she know about the creature?
So this family that stumbled upon this girl with tattered clothes and stuff,
Yep.
Is there any recollection of what actually happened during that interaction?
No, just the girl was like warning them that they shouldn't be there, and then she ran off back into the woods.
And then they were like, weird. Right, okay, have you got the chairs?
Yeah. Oh, did anyone bring the crisps? Did anyone bring the walkers?
The walkers. Hey, is it David Beckham again?
Possibly. It's David Beckham and Gary Lineker. They're working together.
Ah, okay. To be fair, I said that David Beckham did the bare minimum, but actually he's really working for it.
It really is. He's doing it behind the scenes. In fact, there is a little extra added bit to this story that as they were leaving the next day, as the sun was rising, they heard, "Eat salt and vinegar." Yum, yum.
I thought you were legit. No, salt and vinegar is the worst flavour.
Agreed, but it's Gary Lineker in it, so that's his flavour, so he's constantly trying to promote it. Maybe that's it, he's just got so sick of trying to promote it to people on TV, and everyone's just like, "F*** off, mate, I ain't eating your shitty flavour."
Very true.
That he's had to take to the woods to scare people into eating them.
Yeah, you could be right. Question for you. What's your favourite Walker's Crisp flavour?
One that is discontinued.
Was it tomato?
God, no, don't be weird. It was barbecue rib.
Ah, I don't think I ever actually tried that.
I think they released them again recently as a vegan flavour, and they were a limited edition.
Which feels weird considering it's rib.
Yeah. Wait, was it rib or was it just barbecue something? I might be adding the rib in.
Yeah, I don't recall it. Maybe you're making it up.
I was correct. It was barbecue rib.
But not vegan.
No, they were vegan.
How weird is that?
I don't think it's weird. Just a flavour in it.
Yeah, but I mean, would you not want the legit flavour?
I don't think you're going to get legit flavour. It's a crisp.
That's very true.
1 minute, Jordan, I'm sending you this.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, it's not a picture of my dick.
Oh.
Mate, did you not get enough this morning? I sent you like 8.
No. You check that you've definitely sent it to me.
Oh, shit. They went to my dad.
And now my text won't go through.
He's blocked me.
Unreal flavour. Notice it doesn't say natural flavour.
It doesn't mean unreal as in amazing. It's just not real.
Yeah.
I liked them. My wife hated them. She was like, they don't like the originals. And I was like, they're close enough.
They're vegan.
Be thankful for what you've got. I don't care if it's only 3 inches. Just be thankful.
3.2, Ian, I've told you.
got to include the 2. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, I have to go for prawn cocktail though. Beautiful.
Oh, really? I never used to like prawn cocktail, but they are a good flavour. I think, if I had a tier, it would go the barbecue, which discontinued, so that can be completely just eradicated. Then I'd have to go for cheese and onion, maybe. Good old-fashioned favourite cheese and onion.
Yeah.
Then prawn cocktail.
The bottom of the barrel is like plain, ready salted.
No, I like ready salted's good. I like ready salted.
It's just not very exciting, is it?
Mate, I get all my excitement elsewhere.
Oh, do you? I'm going to say this morning I cleaned up shit off my son's foot.
Mate, it never ends in this house.
Love it.
Anyway, Jordan, that is the end of my freaky deaky stories. So I'm on tenterhooks here. I'm on the edge of my seat, quite literally, and I want to know what the hell you're going to be telling us about today.
Well, Ian, as I alluded to earlier, today I've got a little bit of a special treat for you.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I thought with it being episode 80, it's quite a significant round number, and I thought you should celebrate.
Okay, fair enough. I like where we're going with this. Thank you very much. Fill me in then, Jord.
So I was thinking, how do you fancy a little break away? Maybe like a holiday resort or even an all-inclusive. How does that sound?
I'm good, thanks. I got shit to clean up, mate. I can't go anywhere.
Well, even if you would have liked it, I'm afraid I can't help you with that after all. But what I can do is suggest a bunch of locations and attractions that you can visit around the world.
Yeah.
Like somewhere that you can go have a quirky afternoon out sometime, visiting one of the many suggestions that I have for you.
Oh, okay. You got anything else?
No, this is it.
Oh, because I was going to say, next week I've kind of got a segment written on that, so don't want you stepping on my toes, so,
Well, I got there first. You snooze, you lose. You can talk about tattered girls in clothing.
I'm good, thanks. Not when you put it like that. All right, fine. Let's just delete my next week's segment.
That's all right. But, Ian.
Yes.
Among these suggestions, there is a little bit of a catch.
Okay.
These are destinations that you've probably never heard of.
Oh, okay.
And we're talking places that'll make you go, what?
Oh, right. Well, I'm back on board then. I just thought you were going to tell me that, like, Disneyland, Thailand.
Or just any sort of land.
Yeah,
Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Florida.
I thought you were just going to be giving me some decent holiday recommendations.
No, Ian, I'm giving you some weird ones.
Go, mate!
So buckle up, pal.
I'm fucking buckled, pal.
Nice. And let me know at the end which one you want to go to first.
Okay.
So here we go as the weirdest tourist attractions worldwide.
Yep.
Starting off at the International Banana Museum in the USA. So, yes, this museum in California is entirely dedicated to bananas. It's a one-room museum containing more than 20,000 items related to bananas. Yes. In 1999, the museum set a Guinness World Record as the largest museum devoted to a single fruit. They've got everything from banana phones to banana sculptures and even banana-themed art.
Fucking hell.
So my question to you, Ian, is would you go bananas over it?
What I want to know, Jordan, is how you get there so that in my future I can just completely avoid all of the means of transport and travel to get to this place because I do not want to go to a fucking banana museum.
You get the banana canoe.
The banana boat.
It is appealing.
Technically, as well, I guess, if you go to this place, then you are a fucking nana.
Yeah, very true.
Spending your money on that.
Very, very good point. Or if that maybe doesn't quite take your fancy, Ian, how about the world-famous Clown Motel, also in the USA? Yeah, so it goes without saying that this motel in the US Nevada is filled with clowns. I've seen pictures of it, and it's creepy as hell. So there's statues, paintings, staff, you name it. Perfect for anyone who loves, or maybe also anyone that doesn't love, clowns.
I don't understand the phobia of clowns.
I mean, what if it was an alien motel?
Well, no, I totally I think it's a valid fear that people have, but from whatever angle I look at it, I can't see it.
Oh, you think you're big and clever, do you? You think that no one is afraid of clowns, that's a legit thing to be fearful of. Is that what you're saying?
I am totally, I totally
is that
understand
what you're saying,
okay, yeah, right, you got it out of me, right? It's stupid, okay? Clowns are happy things. Are you happy now?
Yeah, I mean, that It film certainly seems like it.
What a guy. I tried to hire that clown for my birthday party.
Did you?
Turned out it was a film. I thought it's a documentary.
Well, you might be thinking to yourself, I don't mind about that, and you quite literally did say that. But the kicker, Ian, is that it's right next door to a cemetery.
Oh, well, I grew up in one of those.
So you'd almost feel at home.
Exactly, yeah. So I was just like, stay at the Clown Museum, got a little bit of memories of home over there. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Best night's sleep of my life. I'd have no kids waking me up with shit on their feet.
No, just be the clowns.
Clown. Dad, I've got poo on my feet.
And then we go...
Get out, Hobo the Clown, or whatever your fucking name is.
Or how about, Ian, why don't you go and visit the Toilet Seat Art Museum? You heard that right, Ian. In Texas, you'll find a museum dedicated to the decorative toilet seats.
All right, just so you know, my list is currently empty.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, hey, might be able to sell it to you.
I'm really hoping so.
American artist Barney Smith has turned hundreds of toilet seat lids into canvases, featuring everything from sports memorabilia to historical events. There's even a version I found online of the Da Vinci creation hands. You know, like the two hands kind of coming into the centre.
Yep.
But instead, it's one hand passing the other a bog roll.
Oh, my God. So classy.
So clearly that guy has too much time to think on the throne.
Absolutely.
But if Toilet Museum isn't quite your thing, Ian, maybe you'd prefer the South Korean toilet seat themed park.
Another one?
Yeah, that's right.
Right, I'm in minus places on my list now.
Remove them from existence.
I just don't want to be on this planet.
Oh, okay, that's all right. So
It'd be a better place without you.
didn't mean that to sound so dismissive.
Whatever. Yeah, you did.
Not fully.
I'm used to it.
So tourists can visit the Restroom Cultural Park, built around the history and culture of toilets. So this place was built in memory of the city's former mayor, a man who sparked a toilet revolution, as they call it, dedicating a lot of time and resources to improving the city's public toilets.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say his surname was like Flusher or something like that.
Shitbog.
Bill Siston.
That would be amazing, unfortunately not. The park has started to attract a lot of toilet-themed art and even hosts a locally renowned Golden Poop Festival.
My word. That must be painful.
The park even contains fun facts about human waste and a sculpture garden of squatting figures.
Yeah, why would you want to go there?
Oh, is that not something that you'd fancy doing, Ian?
No, I think that's not up my alley, that one.
It's ironic.
Okay, it is, because that's normally where I poo, up alleys.
Okay then, Ian, how about the Crooked Forest in Poland?
Okay, that sounds interesting.
So, this is a forest of oddly shaped pine trees with trunks that bend sharply at a 90-degree angle before straightening back out.
Weird.
Yeah, very odd. This grove of about 400 pines was planted in around 1930, and the cause of the unusual shape is actually unknown.
Oh.
So what do you think it was that caused it?
There's one tree in the centre, in the dead centre, that's like a massive asshole, and everyone fucking hates it, and they're just trying to get away from it. Like, they grew up, together, like, to one height. That's like, say, the age of 10, so they're all friends, and then it just carried on being childish while everyone else was maturing, so they just like, f this, mate, and they grew away from it.
Yeah.
Much like friends can grow apart. In real life, these trees were just like, f this guy, and they grew away. Is the one in the centre stood straight up?
I don't think so. I don't think there's any that are normal trees.
Okay, so the middle one is chasing the rest of them.
Right, okay. I have a feeling that you're probably wrong.
That's subjective, but carry on.
If you take a look at some photos of it online, though, it looks really weird.
I can imagine.
So possibly it might be somewhere that you want to go.
That is somewhere I want to go. I'll add that to my list. I won't add it number one next to it because there could be somewhere better.
There could, Ian. What about the Upside Down House, also in Poland?
Sounds annoying.
Yeah, it does, but it is quite literally a house built upside down. It was completed in 2007, and the house was designed as a statement about the uncertainty of life in post-communist era Poland.
Okay.
So essentially, visitors enter through the roof and navigate through rooms. But here's the thing, the furniture is also nailed upside down.
Oh,
so it's literally a topsy-turvy house.
So how do you, use the toilet? Just push very hard.
Yeah, you just have to lie on your back, arch your bum up.
So get someone to give you a bear hug. On the count of 3.
Yeah, maybe that works. I don't know. I've not been myself. But hey, if you go, Ian, you could try it and let us know.
I'm all right, thanks.
I was thinking, though, I wonder if it makes people feel really off balance going in there.
I can imagine it'd be very off-putting to kind of be walking around and just not be used to seeing something that you see every day upside down.
Yes.
It must be very strange and maybe slightly disorientating.
Yeah, I bet it does give you some kind of cool photo opportunities, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Some trick photography in there.
Yeah, I'd quite fancy it myself, actually. I might sign myself up. Or, Ian, how about the Museum of Bad Art? So, located in Massachusetts...
Whoa, hang on a second.
Okay.
Art is subjective. How can anyone say it is bad?
It does say it on the doorway.
Okay, well, it's wrong. Someone get a rubber or a piece of duct tape or something to stick over that.
Okay, you could just bracket subjective.
If you like, I'm just stuff calling art at the end of the day.
Or maybe you just bracket the word bad. Museum of Bad Art.
Bad question mark.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Right,
There you go, and everyone's happy.
We found a nice little happy medium there. Carry on.
Perfect. So it is located in Massachusetts, USA, and this museum is dedicated to displaying art that's so bad...
Subjectively,
it's good.
so bad.
Yes, subjectively the pieces are awful, showcasing everything from terrible portraits to bizarre landscapes. And obviously I've not been myself, but I've had a little look online and some of them are so bad, subjectively, objectively to me, that they're just really creepy.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure on one of the pictures I saw your hand-drawn Two Guys What's Up logo.
Did you?
It was the first one.
My art is
Love it. So, is that somewhere you'd maybe go?
I think I'd very much like to pay a little visit to there.
All right, I'm improving the list then as we go then.
Yeah, so now I've got, 2 out of 5?
Yeah, all right, let's carry on. What about the Paper House? Have you ever heard of that?
I haven't heard of it, but it sounds like it's probably not going to be there anymore, because if it's ever rained once, it's going to be gone.
You better go there quicker then, Ian, because it is also in Massachusetts, USA. It's a house made entirely out of newspaper, including all the furniture inside. So located north of Boston, the house was built by Ellis Stenman in the 1920s to serve as a 2-room summer house for him and his family. He decided to leave the walls unclad, and thus it is formed only from varnished newspaper insulation.
Okay, I was kind of thinking like you maybe thought, right, well, walls can sometimes be made of wood. I ain't got any of that. Got plenty of what wood is made of, though. Got plenty of paper.
Paper mache.
Yeah, let's just stick that up. There you go, got yourself a house.
Oh, he does.
I'll get to work. And his wife was like, yeah, you do that, love. I'm out of here, bye.
So here's the thing, right? It took him over 20 years to build and over 100,000 newspapers to complete. So I don't know if that means 100,000 complete newspapers or just 100,000 sheets of newspaper. If it's complete newspapers and he paid for that, he's probably paid way more than a house ever would have been.
Have you worked out the cost?
How much do you reckon a newspaper is in the US?
Depends what year we're looking at. I mean, there's a paper here in our hometown when I used to work in a shop when I was about 18 that used to go for 20p. So
Okay, fair enough. So if it was 20 cents or so, that is a little cheaper, to be fair, but that's still 20 grand.
Okay, well, that's a lot cheaper for a house,
It is, but that's assuming that the paper was dirt cheap, though. What if it was like, I don't know, $1 or like $1.50?
How many sheets of paper did he use?
100,000.
Okay, that's going to be a fair amount.
Yeah, so I mean, even if it was $1.50, 150 grand?
Yeah.
It's quite a lot. And also the effort of actually building it and varnishing it.
God, that'd been a lot of work, wouldn't it?
It would. But apparently it's said to be surprisingly sturdy.
Well, very good. I mean, that's what you want for a house.
Yeah, but definitely you'd want to put like a no smoking sign in it though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do.
No smoking, no cooking, no walking, no touching.
It's just like your own home.
It is.
It'd be, again, a home away from home.
I may as well just not go then, eh? I may as well save my money.
I don't know, you could see some pretty surroundings, who knows?
Yeah.
Or Ian, what about the popular site called the Door to Hell?
Ooh, that sounds up my alley.
Yeah, so this is also named the Devasa gas crater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, are you familiar with this?
I think so.
So it's a natural gas crater that's been burning continuously since 1971, where scientists lit it on fire to prevent the spread of methane gas into the air, and it's been flaming ever since. How weird's that?
That is very strange, and I take back my show of interest in visiting this place because I remember hearing that because it is in the desert, spiders hang around the outskirts of the hole to keep warm.
Ah.
So I don't think I'll be going anywhere.
Probably scorpions as well.
Scorpions don't really bother me.
Even though they're the things that probably are going to cause more damage.
Very true, yeah, but spiders are just horrible looking. So,
I mean, if it's dark, you won't see them. You'll just hear them scuttling all over you.
yeah, just hear them crawling into my ears and up my nose and stuff like that.
Nice. So maybe not for you then.
No, I mean, it sounds a trip. Maybe a helicopter trip over the top.
Yeah, no, but you wouldn't want to be going over the top of it.
Yeah, just, high enough so you can see it and not feel the effects of it.
God, could you imagine your helicopter fails?
Just melts, falls in.
You just fucking drop in it. God.
I think I'll just leave that one out completely.
Nice, okay. All right, fair enough. So if that doesn't quite take your fancy, what about visiting the world's largest ball of twine?
Just move on.
Yeah, okay. But you heard right, Ian. In Minnesota, the USA, you can find a massive ball of twine that continues to grow as visitors add to it to this day. So how big would you imagine it is in diameter, in sort of feet? Or meters?
Probably about the size of, I don't know, like, say, 10 or so disinterested Ians.
And what would that be?
That would be about 65 meters. No.
Wow, okay.
Hang on, wait. I'm 6'3", so 6 times 10 is 60. It's 600 and... I can't do maths.
That's in feet, obviously.
Yeah.
You're not 6 meters, Ian.
I'm not, no, you're right.
That's only your penis.
Why can't I work this out? 6.3 times 10.
63
foot.
feet, yeah.
So what's 63 feet in meters?
I don't know. I'm going to guess 20 odd.
Yeah, so about 20 meters. 20 meters in diameter.
I'm fucking good.
Definitely better at maths than I am.
Well, I'm afraid you've overestimated it, Ian, because actually it's a little more disappointing than that. It is 12 feet, so just under 4 metres in diameter. But that's still pretty big for a ball of twine.
It sure is, buddy.
So now that you know that, how much do you reckon it weighs in kilograms?
Probably about 16 unfazed Ians.
Now, for you to sit and work that out is going to take forever, so just give me a figure.
I don't fucking know, pal. It's 15 kilograms.
How about 8,000 kilograms?
Fucking hell.
Yep.
Okay.
17,500 pounds.
Fucking hell.
Could you imagine, though, when they say visitors can add to it?
Yeah.
Where you pretend to, but actually you fucking steal a bunch. You just snigger to yourself.
If you look at the back of it, which isn't privy to the public, there's actually a giant hall where people go and sneak back to just steal a big old handful.
It's just hollow.
Yeah. It is a big yarn Death Star.
So, what about you? Could I tempt you with the ramen spa in Japan? Yes. That is right, you've heard me correctly. It's a spa-themed park in Japan where visitors can enjoy an interesting combination of hot springs, not just including the traditional European or Japanese springs, but you can experience a unique creation that is the noodle bar.
Okay.
Where you can swim in a bowl of ramen.
I was going to ask, is it a case of they put the noodles in the spa water with you?
Yes. So, essentially, it'll smell like... I don't know, smell like ramen and noodles.
Oh my God, it's like people soup.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be swallowing no ramen that's been swimming around Grandad Bob's genitals. So when do you want to go?
Grandad Bob, have you been using a different lotion? Tastes a bit more coconutty.
Yeah, it's like, actually, I've not been using any at all.
That's just my natural human soup flavour. Grim.
And I hate noodles, by the way, unpopular opinion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Chinese chow mein or Japanese ramen, anything like that. It's just unappetizing to me, and I don't know why.
I am a noodle lover.
That makes total sense.
I have grown up with one in my pants. But, I had noodles last night for tea, actually. It was great.
Did you? Oh, I mean, no hate to anyone that does like the old noodles, but it's not for me. I don't know what it is that I can't enjoy about them.
Are you a rice man?
I do enjoy rice, yeah.
I very much enjoy egg fried rice. White rice I can eat, but it's just not my favourite. I fucking love me a bowl of egg fried rice.
I like to think I make a kind of a nice egg fried rice.
I will be the judge of that.
I'll have to do it for you one day.
But if you give me food poisoning, I won't be happy.
You won't be, but it'd be funny.
1 star, will not return.
So, penultimate one, Ian. How about you visit the Magnetic Hill in Canada?
Oh, okay, that sounds a bit interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
This is also known as Gravity Hill, and it's a bit of a weird one.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to say.
What do you think it is?
Is this the one where you park your car and it seems to go uphill if you take the handbrake off?
That's exactly it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a place where the layout of the surrounding land produces, as you said, Ian, an optical illusion, making a slight downhill slope appear to be an uphill slope. So a car that's left out of gear will appear to roll uphill against gravity, which is a bit kind of spooky.
Have you heard the legend that was kind of behind that when people were obviously less intelligent and didn't really understand the optical illusion?
They didn't have the spirit level.
There were spirits involved.
No, go on, tell us.
Apparently there's a train track that runs through it, and the story goes that a car was trapped on the tracks, the train came, killed a family, or a bus full of children, was it, or something like that? You know, as horrible as that sounds. Luckily, it's not true, but they said that if you park your car on this hill, the kids will now push you off the train track so that you don't suffer the same fate as they did.
Wow. Thinking that these ghost kids are like mini Hulks.
Yeah, it's super strong. And they even put like talcum powder on the back of the car, and they said that you could see the fingerprints.
Oh, right, okay.
And I know that sounds a bit rich coming from me. You know, I tell you a paranormal story every week. So I'm like, fucking idiots, didn't know gravity from science or whatever. But that obviously is not true.
Oh, it's kind of a shame, because I kind of like the story of that, though.
Oh, yeah. Dead kids. It's great.
Oh, maybe like is probably the wrong word. I find that story has a very interesting, an interesting kind of merit to it. But yes, as we said, that isn't really very paranormal. It is an optical illusion. And although the sites more often claimed that it was magnetic or supernatural forces at work, the most contributing factor is that the horizon is almost completely obstructed. So essentially, without the horizon in view, it becomes difficult for a person to judge the slope of a surface, as reliable reference point is missing.
I get you.
Yeah, so objects which you would normally assume to be more or less perpendicular to the ground, like trees in the distance, may actually be leaning and therefore kind of offset your visual reference.
Is that maybe what's going on in that freaky deaky forest?
What, the one with the weird tree bendings in Poland?
Yeah, we just can't see the horizon, so we're just all having an optical illusion.
Possibly. You never know. Might be. Maybe they're next to each other.
I still prefer my theory.
Yeah, I'll go for that. Well, Ian, the final one for you. If none of these sway you that I've said, maybe a trip to... not sure how you pronounce it, but maybe a trip to Inverary Jail in Scotland would be interesting. I feel like you should know this one.
I do not. Please enlighten me.
Oh, okay. And so this was built in 1820. It's a jail that is also a living museum. So basically, visitors can physically see prisoners in jails, watch live courtroom trials, and even speak to the wardens.
Good Lord.
Yeah. The jail is also open at night time, and tourists can sign up to participate in paranormal investigations and ghost hunting activities.
Okay, well, that sounds interesting.
Definitely sounds like something up your alley.
Absolutely, yeah. Watch out for all the shit. That does sound very interesting, but I mean, I don't think I'd like to go and walk around a sort of functioning prison.
Why not, Ian?
It sounds a little bit exploitative, really. Like you're using these prisoners like animals in a zoo.
Yeah, I get that. But I mean, possibly deserve it.
Yeah, right. So you committed a crime. Your punishment is prison. Oh, and by the way, we're also going to make a spectacle of you to be viewed in your most private moments by a group of paying viewers.
Yeah, sounds fair.
I don't know. Somebody just doesn't sit right with that one.
I don't know. I mean, they got the comeuppance.
Yeah, I think the jail time alone's supposed to be that.
It'll certainly make them think twice, though, won't it?
Or maybe just make them think, I hope next time I really don't get caught.
They do better.
Yeah, they've learned from the mistakes.
Moving on. So there you have it, Ian. A collection of some of the strangest tourist attractions around the world. So my final question to you is, where would you like to visit?
Right, Jordan, I've got 2 on my list.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better than none.
I would like to visit the shitty tree in the middle and the art museum.
Hey, okay. The bad, unobjective...
Subjectively...
Yeah, the subjective bad art museum.
That's the one, yeah.
Very nice. And at home, If you have any other suggestions that you want to add to the list of where Iain could visit, please do let us know at twoguyswhatsup@gmail.com.
Or if you've been to either of these places and they are interesting and you feel like you have a story to tell us about them, then also please email them in.
Oh, bless him.
But thank you very much for that, Jordan. That's very interesting.
You're very welcome.
Some super funky places. I think 90% I wouldn't really like to visit, but they are very interesting. I'm sure they are around for the reason that some people do want to visit them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame you said that because you're off this afternoon.
Oh, shit. I wonder why that coach had pulled up outside.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Smashing. So does that about bring us round to the end of today's episode, Jordan, me old pal?
I think it does.
Nice one. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Two Guys What's Up. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode, and maybe even tell a friend. Take your friend to the subjectively bad art museum and point out said picture that I drew of us two guys and be like, see them? They put out one hell of a podcast.
Nice. And if you would like to get in touch with us, our Linktree link is in the bio of this episode, which you can click on and be jetted off to every link you will ever need for all your Two Guys What's Up essentials. Want to get your own Two Guys What's Up t-shirt? Click the link.
Want to come check out my poopy alley? Click the link.
Oh, God. Want to check out the toilet seat museum? Click the link.
And don't forget we now have Patreon, where you can find all of your Two Guys What's Up extra essentials, including pin badges, shout-outs, t-shirts, and if you really can't get enough of our fantastic tales and splendiferous voices, well, now you can get more because we now release bonus episodes which come out on the last Friday of every month. There's currently 12 sitting up there, waiting for your ears to just go and have a little snuggly gobble about and all of that goodness. And all of that is available right now, starting with the bonus episodes for just £3 a month.
So if you want to help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do so, head over to patreon.com/Two Guys What's Up to check out all the goodies over there. The link will be down below for your clickety-clackety pleasure.
But if you can't do that, but you'd still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app of choice would be the best way and the freest way to help us out, and we would be eternally grateful.
We really would.
But on that note, thanks for listening. Y'all have an amazing week, and we will see you next Monday. Bye.
My question to you is, how many feet of twine do you think that you could add
Oh my god.
in one visit to it?
These questions are red. So my question is, what colour is the twine?
How many shades of pink do you think there are?